drove to Ohio. I went up to see an old boss of mine, and I went and looked at a couple of chainsaws of his that he said something was wrong with them. They really need to be tuned, basically. Nothing major. He's got, I could probably 8 200Ts. This one right here is his. This is just 372. I'm going to do some work on both of these. He did get the two Stihls that I had. He traded me a couple of saws, but the other one he's mine, so not too bad. The saws that I ended up getting, I'm going to show you. Let's slide these out of the way. MS660. MS660 and a 201T. And the reason why it's wrapped up in a bag is that the oil pump wants to spit out too much oil. But this thing runs great. I'm going to take it apart and clean it, put it back together, and I'm going to sell it. Because I'm not a fan of the 201Ts or the 201TCs. I don't like them. Now the 201TC rear handle, like your trigger would be back here behind that. Those are pretty good, and they're really good for home owners, I should say. But as far as that goes, that's it. I've had a lot of experience with the 201s. With the 2 tree companies that I've worked for, they buy those. They buy a lot of those. I have never ran a 200T until yesterday. Brian, my buddy Brian, that's my ex-boss. He has a bunch of them. He's got, like I said, he's probably got 8 or 9 of them. I tuned 3 of them. They ran perfect. No problem. I told him, I said, man, just throw a bar and chain on them and cut with them. I said, they'll cut. He had one that was way out of tune, but you know, I got him going. He gave me the it's a 372X torque to work on. I'm gonna tell you about that saw in a second. This saw just needs a few things, but that's it. I'm gonna take it apart, clean it, and customize it the way he wanted to. So I've never took one of these apart, so I don't know what I'm getting into. So it's gonna be a fun adventure. I'd say more along the lines of it's probably somewhere close to the 191 that I took apart and put back together here a couple months ago or so, that my cousin bought off of me. I'm just waiting on a carburetor to come so I can give to him, because that's all it needed was a carburetor. Okay, the 372 X torque. On and off switch doesn't work. There's no choke. There's no operator lever. It does need a pin right here. I'm pretty sure the biggest problem with this saw is it just needs took apart, clean, buy some parts, put it back together. I have some parts here, but I don't have a lot that I need to finish this thing with. But other than that, I couldn't tell you how many times I've worked on these saws, took them apart, built them. This one it's been used. I can say that. He has a tree service, so those guys, I mean, you know, day in, day out, they're using their saw, so they need something that's going to be reliable and it's going to run. I asked him if he wanted to go back X torque or does he want to go back, you know, the regular Husqvarna 372. And he said, I don't know. I told him, I said, well, if you'd let me do it, I said, I'll go back to 372 original cylinder. I said, you won't have X torque. And I said, I can do some small parting on stuff like that. I mean, it'll be a little bit more snappier. Do new cylinder, new piston. You'll get some more, you know, good service out of this saw. Like when I say this man has a lot of saws, he's got a lot of saws. He had, I guarantee you, he had probably 20 in the back of his truck that he was using right offhand, you know, just grabbing. And he video chatted me, and he was like, "Hey, I want you to listen to these saws." And I was like, "I tell you what, you just, you know, give me a little bit, and I'll head up that way, and I'll come up there and visit." So I grabbed the two Stihls, took them back to the car, and I drove up there. Like I said, I got a couple of these saws running for me. They just need to be tuned. They were way out of tune. He said, I got some more saws at the house. And I was like, I said, I don't care. We'll go to your house. You know what's crazy? I love building saws. I do. I love them. And I hate running them. I hate packing them around. I hate cutting with them. I don't know. I guess it's where I've done the tree work for so long. I'm done doing it. To be honest with you, it's a little nerve-wracking to hear the high-pitched sound when you crank it out. But after being around different saw builders and stuff like that, going into like the ported stuff, picking up a ported saw and running it like somebody else has built, there's no going back to a regular saw. It's different. You pick the saw up and you run it, and it feels like there's something wrong to the saw, is what I'm trying to say. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. There are gonna be, you know, a couple videos on these saws, getting them back together for him, and you know, hopefully he can get some more years out of them. I told him, I said, man, if you got some saws that ain't running, and I said, I know, you know, a couple people that might be in the market for a particular saw that you have. I said, just let me know, send me some pictures or whatever. And like right before I was getting ready to leave, he was like, hey, you know, I got some John's Reds. I was like, oh, you got some Johnny Reds? And he said, yeah, man, you'll have to come to my house. I said, oh, we're going to your house next. But that's it for this video. That's all I have. Till the next one, you guys have a lovely day.